Hello there. The elites will be looking on with horror as the Dutch fishermen join in with the EU-wide farmers' protests, and the elites will be asking themselves, how much further can this spread? The now continent-wide protest against the elites' attack on our food production gets to a new level every day. Even farmers in the usually placid UK are now beginning to stir. First the Welsh, and now we have farmers descending on Dover in their tractors. But get this, the Canadian farmers are also flexing their muscles. The elites in their WEF and UN ivory towers will be watching these developments with horror. Their dream of global communism is under direct threat. Not even the mobilisation of Eurogend4 has been able to quell this uprising. Eurogend4, or the European Gendarmerie Force, is a European rapid reaction force made up of elements of several European police and gendarmerie forces. It is there to perform policing tasks within the scope of crisis management operations. In reality, the use of foreign police officers in an EU member state to quell the masses. The Eurogend4 motto is Lex Pacificat, meaning the law will bring peace. Well, they've made and enforced reams of net zero laws and other inclusivity laws that are turning ordinary people's lives into a miserable, expensive prison of hard labour. And looking at the reaction of the farmers, I wouldn't say those laws have brought peace. Would you? No. The law of itself does not bring peace. True justice does bring peace, but not the heavily biased application of rules that we see across Europe right now. So it shows you exactly what the EU thinks about the law, justice and peace, doesn't it? Sounds more like, we make the laws, so you shut up, little people, and obey every little one of our diktats, and all will then be peaceful. But they're now finding out that this top-down, globalist-driven dictatorial approach does not work. The people do not, appreciate it. And they are also finding out that there are more ordinary people out there than they can cope with. Let's take a look at where those protests are now swinging along. The Netherlands, Scotland, France, Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Romania, Belgium, Greece, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Ireland, Bulgaria, Switzerland, the UK, where farmers in Wales and England are mobilising, and outside of Europe, as I said, we now have Canada. How can the global establishment keep the lid on this lot? These farmers are the canary in the coal mine. They can see where all this globally driven net zero nonsense is going. They know what it will do to our food production and to the food security of our nation states. But are you also aware that farmers in two areas in the north of India, in Punjab and Haryana, are also protesting? They're looking for a minimum support price for their crops, with the Economic Times reporting that they're planning to descend on Delhi in their tractors on the 13th of February. Isn't it strange how governments across the world are all failing their farmers and therefore failing the people they're meant to ensure get food? You would think there was some sort of global plan to crash the whole planet's agricultural system, wouldn't you? So they could then build it all up again the way they want it to be run, i.e. not for our benefit. After all, only the self-proclaimed elite are good enough to enjoy the fat of the land and travel at will. The rest of us must save the planet by living crowded into hovels in 15-minute cities waiting for the insect Meals on Wheels electric delivery truck to arrive in our street. On top of that, the younger amongst us in the developed world are being psychologically nudged into foregoing parenthood. They are being slowly led down the path of thinking that they should not have children of their own so as to save the planet. The establishment wants their lineage to be eradicated from the gene pool. Just look around Europe, America and elsewhere and check out the calamitous drop in total fertility rates. They are expecting people in the developed world to resign from the gene pool. But you can be sure that the elites won't be doing that. Both Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates have offspring, for example. And look at the royal families. Their genes will continue to flow into the future. They'll make sure of that. Because they understand the concept of lineage, and dynasty is extremely important to them. What gives these so-called elites the right to nudge ordinary people out of the gene pool for all time? So they convince us not to have children, either because we feel guilty about putting more pressure on the planet or because we simply can no longer afford to have them. But at the same time, they ensure our country's borders are wide open so that the population numbers can increase completely unfettered. Don't try and tell me this is all unconnected. And the three weapons the elites bring to bear against us while they push their agenda forwards are to either claim you are a climate change denier or a xenophobe, or to push the health emergency alarm button and lock everyone in their homes. And once the UN's World Health Organization pandemic treaty is in place. But those weapons are fast running out of ammunition. They no longer instill fear in the masses, and they no longer stop people openly talking about the dark place into which humanity is now being herded. The people now see through the elites who strut about the place doing everything that they tell us not to do, and the people have had enough. If the elites aren't panicking, maybe they should be.
Firstly, I would like to congratulate England for when they accidentally beat Wales in the rugby match yesterday with their unconvincing temporary victory over Wales. Yes, well done England in a match that wasn't fixed at all. No. Anyway, this was the week that the European farmers' protest broke loose and made big brown stains in the pants of the globalists as the dissenting voices of farmers across EU member states. Those voices were backed up with severe action. Yes, fear was the dish the farmers served to the satanic globalist lefty fascists. And it is a dish that may remain on the menu for some time. Once again, support from the left of politics for farm workers and their rights was completely absent, and farmers were branded as far right by the liberal lefties, who once again misappropriate the term far right and prove that the far left and the far right are exactly the same thing in doing such a misappropriation. And now it looks like the Welsh farmers are about to join in and stand up to the Welsh globalist power-mad dictator Mark Drakeford. And I could not be prouder of the farmers here in Wales. And I hope that the English farmers take note and they make a stand too, because real power lies in the hands of those that feed us and not in the scum in Westminster and in Brussels who take everything from us. We all need to throw our support behind the farmers' rebellion. And there needs to be a distinction drawn here between the large, wealthy landowners and most farmers who do a back-breaking job for relatively low profit with hideous hours worked. And now many are unable to continue to work the land due to financial pressures from government impositions. I wonder why they want to get rid of the farmers. Can you think of a reason? Yeah? Oh, okay. In the comment section below with that one. Look, don't get fooled into thinking that just because somebody owns a tractor that they are rich. Many farmers put themselves into eye-watering debt to buy their farming equipment. Look, if we don't get behind the farmers, we will soon find livestock land and other forms of agricultural land as well sold to multinational corporations. Oh, and I'm sure then we will see a farmland nationalisation drive where livestock land and arable land will be repurposed and replaced with bug farms. And guess what you will be eating for the rest of your life? Don't trust the establishment. They want you sick and they want you dead. And they want the same for your children. Anyway, what do you Nelsons and Josephines think about what has been said in today's video? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below for Jeff and I to read. And get yourselves over to our Locals channel and sign up for some extra content. There's a link in the descriptions box below on how to get to the channel for extra content. And God bless each and every one of you. Bye for now.